Kenya in local vaccine manufacturing processes. Why not Nigeria, the giant of Africa? Let our goal be that by 2024, Nigeria will manufacture its first human vaccine by the grace of God, and this ambition lies with all of us. Finally, I commend all stakeholders far and near for being here despite short notice. I wish all of us to do the Please, you may be surprised that we are
A welcome address by the Director General, National Institute for Pharmaceutical Research and Development, and stakeholders engaged in vaccine research and development and mapping strategies for local vaccines manufacturing in Nigeria. Held today, Thursday, 21st December. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this high-level stakeholders. The Stabilized Vaccine Research and Development and Local Production in Nigeria. Timely convergence of experts and solution finders to engage innovative and synthesize the most effective approach that will address the challenge of local vaccine production. The manufacture of vaccines remains imperative to addressing challenges of infectious disease. Vaccine-preventable diseases account for over a quarter of the recorded mortality in the country, and coupled with the current reliance on limited supply has constituted a significant risk to public health. In such an era defined by unparalleled global health challenges, the role of vaccines cannot be overemphasized, as this is a critical intervention tool in strengthening the resilience of the healthcare system. There is a need, therefore, to develop in-country capacity to achieve vaccine self-sufficiency. And the COVID-19 pandemic again demonstrated the urgent and critical importance of achieving this. So far, the National Institute for Pharmaceutical Research and Development has been pivotal in driving innovative responsiveness in the thematic area of developing the local vaccine ecosystem in Nigeria. As you already know, NIPID has established a clear mandate to conduct research and development of pharmaceuticals, vaccines, drugs, and medicines, diagnostics, and processes for the advancement of health and benefits of mankind. This mandate is with special focus on efficient and sustainable utilization of local resources for self-reliance in pharmaceutical production and services. In line with this mandate, NIPID has engaged relevant stakeholders in critical activities to expedite vaccine security in the country. We may recall that only recently, we initiated the first step in a much bigger journey of unlocking the health value chain by developing and validating a national plan to achieve sustainable local production. The work we do here today is crucial. The crucial part of that epoch-making foundation event. It is essential that upon the development and adoption of the national plan for vaccine R&D and local production, robust activities tailored to contextual needs of the population should commence. Through this collaborative engagement of experts who, by virtue of extensive professional practice, understand the intricacies and complexities of the vaccine ecosystem, achieve national vaccine sufficiency can be fast-tracked. In line with this, the overarching goal of this meeting is to establish a database of ongoing vaccine research, harnessing collective activities in R&D. This two-day meeting will include brainstorming and strategic mapping that will chart the course for local manufacturing in the country. At the end of this meeting, it is expected that robust outcomes will have been achieved in line with expediting vaccine security in the nation. First, a database of vaccine researchers, which contains ongoing vaccine research activities, battles, challenges, and prospects in Nigeria will be established. The different research and ongoing manufacturing efforts in the country will have been aligned to prevent duplication of effort. Finally, gaps and interventions that can expedite local manufacturing of vaccines will have been identified, incorporated into the ongoing strategic plan for local manufacturing of vaccines in the country. As we navigate this, it is crucial to emphasize the significance of embracing cutting-edge innovation in vaccine research, such as artificial intelligence, genomics, and bioinformatics that can revolutionize the vaccine development landscape. Throughout this engagement, we must recognize that these activities will not only have impact on the nation, but will also be beneficial to the entire African continent. The outcome of this two-day meeting will be shared across the highest intellectual platforms and will serve as a conceptual framework for local vaccine R&D and production in this part of the world. Let me remind you that the meeting is a commitment to harness collaborative efforts as well as enhance access to the best expertise. Today, the holistic approach towards addressing the constraints associated with vaccine R&D and local manufacturing. Yes, from the engagement today for the crucial security. Locally, that will have critical access to healthcare issues in Nigeria, demonstrate social economic indices such as job creation and capacity building. This will also enhance entry into the vaccine market. Back on this connected narrative, price transparency, open communication, and knowledge sharing. Cooperation and collaboration must form the bedrock initiatives. We must leverage the contributions share the success of this effort. This will provide opportunity for us to quickly move from the policy stage to practice and ensure a strategy instead of close vaccine. And challenges to command the stakeholders present today. It drives the nation towards ensuring strategic planning and of R&D and local production in the country. Vietnam categorically appreciates the United Nations International Trade Center for supporting this process to strengthen the Nigerian system. Indeed, this meeting will contribute to the initiation of local production of vaccines and improve R&D activities just in Nigeria, but in Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm in the plan.
While waiting for other representatives from our partners
To goodwill messages now. It's time for goodwill messages. I will start with representative from Osman Danfodio University, DC. Please give us a goodwill message from your own end. And other people that will give us good messages are representative of Piston, NAFDAC, USP, WHO, EMZO, and Innovative Biotech. Please. So we'll start with you, sir. Is it okay? Thank you.
Good morning once more. My name is Mustafa Omar Imam. I'm the director of the Center for Advanced Medical Research and Training. And like I mentioned earlier, I am representing the Vice Chancellor who is unavoidably absent. I actually did not come here prepared to give any goodwill message. I came to present, I'm actually a researcher from the lab. So I came to talk about what we do in the lab, but then now that I've been called to give a speech, a goodwill message, I would like to thank the ministry for the efforts they've actually been putting into vaccine research and development. Now, these sort of efforts are actually very timely because, like it was mentioned earlier, there are certain diseases that are peculiar to Nigeria, and if we don't begin to develop vaccines for those diseases, nobody would come up, from outside Nigeria to come and help us develop those vaccines. I am happy she talked about Lassa fever. Now, this is a disease that is peculiar to West Africa, and in particular in Nigeria, for example, we do have yearly cycles of epidemics of Lassa fever, mostly in the north central parts of Nigeria, spreading to other parts, especially the northwest, where I come from. So we're very much interested in Lassa, developing a vaccine for Lassa fever, and as I will share with you later today, we've actually gone into advanced stages of developing a candidate vaccine for Lassa fever, and we're actually very excited for what is to come in future. And I think what we think at our center and in the university in general is the success of what we've done towards developing a candidate vaccine is not what is important, but what is important is the domestication of the expertise to prove that we are able to develop vaccines for diseases that are endemic in Nigeria. And moving forward, we could actually leverage on that experience to tackle whatever future epidemic or pandemic affects Nigeria. And like I said, we're very excited for the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So I think we are excited. It seems like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So it's a good hope for our country. The next person that will give us a good witness is the representative of PISM.
Once again, good morning, everyone. My name is Pharmacist Isaac Badulai. I represent the MD of PISM Healthcare PSC, who is also unavoidably absent here today. When he got this notice from the Federal Ministry of Health, he just arrived from an overseas trip of about 3 weeks. So actually forwarded this message to me, like I discussed with Madam this morning, and we have to quickly arrange to come here today and express our goodwill message to the Federal Ministry of Health, the efforts being made towards local production of vaccine, and also the Nigerian Institute of Pharmaceutical Research and Development, headed by Dr. Adibe. We always follow the trend of events. And let me state here that we in FISM, as our take home, we always add value to life, and that's our logo. And in view of this, we have always been thinking and even strategizing towards local manufacturing of vaccine. Let me just say here that even as far as 2016, I was personally by the company sent abroad to go and participate in a program for local manufacturing of vaccine in our step towards manpower development towards this. As a result of this, we congratulate the organizers of this forum. Like I told Madam in the morning, that it's quite a good thing that if this can be coming up as frequently as possible, it will actually enable also Nigerians to strategize towards this, the local production of vaccine, and being able to have a collaborative effort to be able to do things with our research institutions, the universities, the NIPRID, Ministry of Health. It has to be a collaborative thing. That is the best way that is achieved all over the world. Collaborative thing is a collaborative effort by everybody. So we should come together as Nigerians, as we are doing today, to be able to strategize towards this local manufacturing of vaccine. It's quite a challenge that our other African countries are starting this. And we should be able to take the lead as the giant of Africa. As a result of this, I want to congratulate the organizers once again for this good and brilliant initiative towards this effort and local manufacturing of vaccine. Thank you.
Thank you. it's a good one. So as we know that the country already have a maiden edition of national vaccine policy, I think it will be good for us to work towards implementing the policy. Thank you. Next is representative of Innovative Biotech. Give us a good message.
Yeah, good morning once again. I'm Timothy Zungwe, like I mentioned in the introduction. I also represent the CEO of Innovative Biotech. He would have been here, but the notice came late and is out of the country. He extends his apologies. Yeah, putting this meeting together, it's a very strategic one, and it's a step in the right direction. Achieving local vaccine manufacturing without stakeholders' engagement is a difficult one. So it's a step in the right direction. At Innovative Biotech, we are also a prospective local vaccine manufacturing company. We have IP for some candidate vaccines, and we are at the stage of pushing it to the commercialization. We mentioned Ghana, of course. My belief and most Nigerians is that when Nigeria starts, other African countries will come knocking, because the good news is that we are going to put up a facility for vaccine manufacturing, which is end-to-end. Yeah, which is going to be the first in Africa. Other countries are doing the reverse integration, but ours is forward integration. And the good news again is that we have secured funding from Afrexim based on the uniqueness of the project. So in the next 3 months would have been done with the conceptualization of the design and feasibility study, and then the EIE within 3 months. And then by God's willing, by 2027, we should have vaccines that are produced in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
I know vaccine development is a very complex situation, but well, if it is possible, you can fast track it and bring it forward, please, so that we'll have a local vaccine produced here. Let's Emzo give us your goodwill message, please. Representative Emzo.
Thank you very much. Once again, my name is Jacob Obaji, pharmacist. I'm also the senior key accounts manager of the Enzo Group. I'm here representing the MD and CEO of the Enzo Group, who couldn't be here today. Like my colleague mentioned, the notice came late, and so I'm standing in for her. I'd want to say that Enzo has shown keen interest since we first got the invitation in January this year. We've come in January, we've come in August, and here we are. The MD is quite interested and is excited to be part of the process. As far back as 2012, Enzo got involved in vaccine and has been importing some vaccines that are not on the API. And so we came in a plant in Shagamu. We've had a site already for vaccine production. So the message is simple. From here, it's when we conclude, the important thing is to have chart a way forward in terms of how to go about this. We are ready, we are willing, and we'll hit the ground running. She wishes all of us a fruitful deliberation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. So we cannot just be importers, please. Let us not be importers of vaccine. Let us be manufacturers. Next is representative of NAFDAC.
Good morning once again. On behalf of the DG NAFDAC, I would like to congratulate the organizers of this program. Of course, like it's been said, we need to be able to domesticate our efforts to ensure that our local context, is put clearly in perspective for this local vaccine manufacturing project. But I would like to say that we need to harmonize efforts and activities. There is no point duplicating efforts.
Yes.
Right now, it seems the country has two plans. There's a strategic plan being developed by the TWG. There's another national plan that's prepared by NIPRID. I think we need to sit down and get our acts together. There's no point duplicating efforts. The focus is public health. Public health, that's the main focus. So we need to actually get our acts together and do things properly. Like the Director of Food and Drug Services, ably represented by the Director of Vaccine Development Department, said, there is no way we can have effective vaccine manufacturing or sustainable vaccine manufacturing without a strong regulatory framework. And we are very, very lucky in the country that we have a regulatory authority that is up and doing. NAFDAC is a maturity level 3 NRA. There are only about 5 of us in the whole of Africa. So we already have a basis for us to be able to engage effectively and ensure we have sustainable vaccine manufacturing in the country. And we are not stopping at that. We are moving on. We are working towards getting maturity level 4, including vaccine lot release in our functions, because we didn't have any local vaccine manufacturing facility in the country. We could not include lot release at ML3 level. We've been doing lot release for imported vaccines since forever. But the WHO global benchmarking tool cannot allow you to have lot release as a regulatory function if you don't have local vaccine manufacturing. So it's very, very key for us to actually harmonize efforts to be able to achieve these goals in a timely manner. I wish us very fruitful deliberations. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's why we are here. We need to harmonize our work. We are not supposed to be working in parallel. Let's just streamline the work specifically on vaccine so that at least we have at least a vaccines, what can I even say? So that we can have a vaccine ecosystem. We have been mapping. But I know that TWG met several times, either once or 2 times, and we shared assignment, at least after mapping the ecosystem, and we need to harmonize this work. We cannot be working separately from the main goal of this national vaccine policy. We need to have something in common that at least we can leverage on. Thank you. And the last lesson that will give us a good message is the presentation of USP. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Bamidele Iwaluko is my name, a technical advisor, and I'm here representing the Chief of Party, USP. It's the pleasure of the organization to be here with me representing, knowing fully that it's very important for us to have regular engagement between the manufacturers, the regulator, the community, other stakeholders that are very key when it comes to local manufacturing of vaccine. I'm delighted to also inform that USP is also line with expanding our scope of technical support that we've been offering in the past 10 years or so. Specifically, we've been supporting NAFDAC in their key areas of regulatory functions, especially the laboratory strengthening, laboratory testing aspect. And we are also interested in what is currently happening when it comes to efforts to make vaccines locally in the country. We know of the technical working group developing the strategic plan to make it operational. Then there is also the national plan led by NIPRID, and we know of the funding. We are actually interested in the key areas now, which are one, the active pharmaceutical ingredient for vaccines and excipients, and developing protocols for regulating them via support with NAFDAC. We already know of the current landscape developed for Nigerian manufacturers. We know of BioVaccine Nigeria Limited and Innovative Biotech. For the vaccine for the Innovative Biotech, we know HIV is there, and they are operating at the level of API, R&D, and packaging. That is fill and finish of that. We want to provide support in those areas when it comes to dossier compilation for approval by NAFDAC. We are looking into that. We are also looking into supporting manufacturers that will develop their fill and finish site and to also gain approval from NAFDAC. So these are areas of support. And we are also monitoring the activity of BioVaccine Nigeria Limited with their plan for local manufacturing of DPT, tetanus, yellow fever, measles. We know they are still at the planning stage. We are also engaging them regarding their fill and finish facility, which they are currently building. So my coming today to this meeting is to learn from the manufacturers and also share our views on the way forward. Thank you.
So if you look at our program event, the ministerial address, we can skip that because the two ministers are now to have the presentation of meeting. So we can skip that now. So I don't know whether it is time for photograph or if the tea break is ready. Let's go to presentation. Okay. So as my director mentioned earlier, there will be presentations from our researchers here. First on the list is NIPRID. We want to know what NIPRID is doing about local vaccine manufacturing.
Permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I am going to present an update on our activities in vaccine research and development. My name is Muhammad Shehu Busu. Next slide. For this, I will tell you the mission of NIPRID, history of vaccine, R&D as it's rekindled by government and where we are as at today. Next, please. Historically, the vaccine research started in NIPRID as far back as 1999 when we got an MOU. Okay, well, the vision of NIPRID is to build a center of excellence in research and development of phytomedicines, pharmaceutical and biological products, drugs and diagnostics towards improving the health and well-being of mankind. Of course, when we're talking of pharmaceutical and biological products, vaccine is inclusive. The next slide, please. And I just want to share the structure of NIPRID. Next, please. This is the laboratory complex of NIPRID. Next slide. This is the of Department of Microbiology and Biotechnology of NIPRID. This is where vaccine research unit is housed. Next, please. And this is our molecular biology suite in the department. Next, please. As I was saying before, the NIPRID HIV vaccine construct was made in 1999 between 1999 to year 2000. Then we had a collaboration with Institute of Human Biology and University of Maryland, Baltimore. And we collected samples all over the country. I was one of those that collected. I went around the country. We collected samples all over the country and from HIV positive persons. The samples were subtypes, and as at that time we have subtypes A, C, D, F, and G. I can't remember. And the vaccine construct was made in Baltimore that time. But because of after that, in fact, there was also we were also trained in molecular biology and some aspects here towards vaccine research and development, which I remembered we diagnostics of molecular diagnostics of HIV, HMA, and all that. But we had about almost a year training in NIPRID as at that time. And then the vaccine construct was made based on consensus region then. But all this requires the effort of the interest of the government and the effort from the government for continuation. Unfortunately, the two administrations we have after that DG were not interested in vaccine production, or they're not interested in vaccine research, and that killed the effort of the then DG. But when this DG came, he rekindled the interest. And next slide, please. And of course, as I said, the R&D went into hibernation until this DG came. And since then, we've been having international meetings with international stakeholders in vaccine R&D and vaccine manufacturers. In fact, we have had several meetings with International Vaccine Institute. We also have, as I'm talking to you, we have developed a proposal for vaccine local R&D and local manufacturing in Nigeria with University of Sheffield, UK. We submitted our proposal. It is on we are expecting that any moment from now, or at least by next year, we should have the grant. There's every green light that probably, possibly that grant will come. And when it comes, NIPRID will be in a better footing, despite or supporting what the government has able to put in place for now. We'll be able to start a very good research. And also, in fact, with CEPI also, NIPRID has been talking with CEPI for quite some time now, but we had several meetings. I can't remember, but this year we have had more than 5 meetings with CEPI in developing a proposal for vaccine manufacturing in Nigeria. Next slide, please. And also that the government has also really supported NIPRID to the best it can, and we've been able to, acquire some equipment. And excuse me, next slide, please. So these are some of the equipments we have. We'll be able to purchase. We have a -150 freezer. We have a DNA sequencer now. Next, please. We have ELISA readers and washers. Next, please. And we have a hybridization equipment. We have an automated DNA extractor. Class 3 and class 2 cabinets, we have about 2 of each of these. And we have a qPCR machine. We have a 3-in-1 PCR machine. Next, please. Gel documentation systems and electrophoretic chambers. All fluorescence microscope, temperature regulated centrifuges. We have several of them, both microcentrifuge and macro. Next, please. And then we also have inverted microscopes. Remember, we have 2 of these. But we also have minus 82 freezer. We have 2 of that functional. We have a CO2 incubator, and the TG is also able to back the unit up with a 27 kVA solar inverter system, all in preparation for vaccine research. We have attended many national and international meetings, symposiums, high-level meetings, including which one we are having today on vaccine and R&D. And staff are being trained on the use of newly acquired equipment. All these equipments are under, some of them have been, staff have been trained on the use of some of these. Some of them are still yet to be commissioned anyway. Next, please. So far for now, the research team has been set up by the DG. The DG is monitoring the proposals sent to Sheffield University and out for more openings, okay? And the scientists are encouraged to scout for possible opportunities for short grants to travel to vaccine research laboratories anywhere in the world. And the DG is ready to support that. And then funding for, and there are challenges. For now, we are thinking of our laboratory is level 2 safety level, and we're thinking of moving to the P3 safety level. And we have also called experts who have given us estimate for that. With that, we have also included in our submission or our proposal to Sheffield University. And we're hoping that if that comes true, but even without that, if we have support that can do that for us, that would be great, because that's a challenge for us for now. Also training of staff, and I made mention, I said through talking. Why I want our staff to be trained through transfer of technology is that you know, you want to establish a laboratory and you bring in people, experts to train your staff in your laboratory, where you are going to do the work. It's much easier than training somewhere else and coming to establish the laboratory. Because you establish the laboratory together, whatever challenges are, you put, you cross it out together. So it's, easier if you can do that through talking. I personally, I support bringing in experts to our laboratory, establish the laboratory together, rather than to send staff to somewhere else for the training. And then if one of the challenges is having funding for vaccine research. I see funding for vaccine research as a requisite for grant sourcing, because most of the times, if you want to source for grants, they want to know the preliminary data you have. And if you don't have preliminary data, it will become very impossible. So if we have preliminary, if we have funding, we'll be able to do some work. And with that, we can send out our proposals based on what we have been able to do and what is next to be done. Okay, so for now, that is our challenges, and I want to thank you all for listening to me.
Thank you, Natrik, for these well-deserved presentations. Before we call on the next presenter, who is a representative of UDUS, while the presentation was going on, two big masquerade entered the hall, and I would like them to introduce themselves.
Good morning. Let me first apologize. I got on into many parts. I am Hamza Tomotayo. I work for WHO. I'm the focal person for local manufacturing of pharmaceuticals and vaccines. Thank you.
And the second masquerade. My name is Dr. Adagazu. I work for PHI Consults. I'm a freelance consultant. I'm sorry that I had to come late. I planned to be here earlier. I don't know how, which one of you got to know about this place. It's so hidden. I had to park about 1 kilometer away and walk around here. And to be honest, it's a good place, but I wish I was able to find it and locate it in time. Sorry, some of us have dragged you behind. The Lord will be with you all. Merry Christmas to all of us.
Amen. WHO, I would like you to give us your goodwill message, please. After that, we will go out for group photograph before the second presentation.
Thank you very much. There's no way there will be good things that you won't want to be attached to it. This is definitely one of the right steps in the right direction, though in my own opinion, very slow, very staggered, uncoordinated, and but all the same, I think we are matured in the country compared to other African countries to take the lead. But here we are, and but at last, it is a good thing that we have taken the steps. Baby steps, I may call it, from a giant, but surely we will get there. I bring warm felicitation and greetings from the representatives of World Health Organization in Nigeria and the support from the 3 levels of WHO. We are committed to this cause because we are not partisan, non-business, but we want access to quality, safe, and efficacious medicines and vaccines, particularly in the third world country, and of special interest in Africa. Thank you.
So I think we'll go for a group photograph. Get your own presentation. So that's correct.